Hello everybody and welcome back to ChessDiagnostic. So I have the glasses on because I'm going to bring you a really cool position. And I would say this is the one position that you should know if you want to learn king upon endgames. Now the theoretical endgames can be quite limited in that you don't need to know that many to get a very deep understanding, but what you need to do is you need to absolutely understand everything about the position that you're studying, which is not so simple. So in this position, there are many lines that white could play. We're going to learn three concepts from this one position. And those three concepts are the close opposition, the distant opposition, and outflanking. All right, so let's just do a line here. Let's just say you're playing a blitz game and white just decides to go over to the queen side and try to outflank black. Well, obviously, he made it to the b6 square, and since black has the opposition, basically the opposition is whoever moves has to give way to the other king's activity. So white wants to outflank black and try to get a square in, but he can't because black keeps making the correct moves. All right, so white could try something like this, check, go over, and then it looks like he can try to trick him. But okay, obviously the computer plays that move. Now he has to go back, and black gets the opposition again. And if you know anything about king upon endgames, this is just a draw with the king in front of the pawn. Now if you try to advance it, he'll just maintain the opposition, and now you stalemate him. So that's not going to work. Let's go back to the original position. All right, so the second idea is to try to convert the distant opposition into an outflanking position. Now notice that these two pawns and this pawn here are on the d file. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to try to outflank over here, and let's just see what that means. Maybe that sounds abstract now. So the distant opposition, you can basically count the number of squares and see that the squares are going to be, with white to move, an odd number. So either 3 or 5. And now let's say white goes here. All right, so he tries to gain the distant opposition on the e file. It's not going to work because if white goes over here, we'll get the same position, and black will just maintain it, the opposition over on the queen side. All right, so the correct method in this position is to try to outflank black, forcing him to give away the opposition. All right, so you play king to g2. So why does this move make sense? Well, black has to stay over on the king side, and because of that, he's going to, basically white is going to force black over to the king side, and then he's going to switch sides over here, and black will be one move too late. So let's see what he does here. So what do you think the move here would be? All right, so obviously black has a threat of his own going to e5, but you can gain the distant opposition. Notice the 3 squares between the kings with white to move, or with black to move, I mean. All right, so we repeat that again. And basically the threat is white goes over here if he doesn't go to f6, and then you'll gain space over here. Now we repeat 3 moves. All right, finally we get the opposition. And now black could give way either here or here, but then white steps in. All right, so white just simply goes over, and now he gets the side opposition with the 1 square, and now the direct opposition. All right, so he basically outflanked black, and he wins the pawn and the game. All right, let's just finish it out real quick. Say he moves a pawn. We can just get a queen. Well, maybe I go back and get here. It's helpful to play these endgames out too fully. All right. Check. All right, so let's look at one more line so that you fully understand this position. So white's idea as to outflank black, and let's go through that line. So the distant opposition on the F file, distant opposition. All right, now the direct opposition. All right, let me turn the computer off because it's not going to make these moves necessarily. Now let's say black goes here. Well, then you take the side opposition. There's multiple moves with king to g5. Goes here. 5. Now you just outflank black at this point. He doesn't really have that many moves. If he goes here, you just go here. And then you just take. Or if he goes back, you come here. And then you end up with that same position, winning that pawn and the game. All right, so this is a very important position to know, and it's very practical because you will get positions like this in real games. If you have any questions or extra lines that you see that you've analyzed, then leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the future. Thanks for watching.